Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Movie Magic Show for Wednesday, the 27th of October, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Shane Bailey, joined by my wickedly talented cast. To my right, it's the dulcet tones in your headphones, here to engineer a sincere atmosphere, Terry Fear.
Good evening, all.
And to his right, he loves his VR and shaking his hips like Shakira. Please welcome the era of Jason Mira.
Buenos noches.
Buenos
Whoa, getting cultural. How are you, Jace?
Living the dream.
Good to hear. And Terry?
Yeah, also dreaming while living.
Nice. For those tuning in for the first time, this is the Movie Magic Show every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We chuckleheads get together to love, like, bash and trash the latest the entertainment world has to offer. If you like that, follow us here on Twitch. You can also catch all our past episodes on my YouTube channel. Just search Magic Cast, all one word, on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter as well, at Movie Magic Show. We'll notify you when we're going live and tell you which topics we'll be discussing. Speaking of topics we'll be discussing, you can see at the bottom of your screen, this week we shall be reviewing two fighting films. We have The Fighter from 2010 and Warrior from 2011. We'll also play a little movie actor go because we can't help ourselves. Before we get to that, though, we need to set up our end games. These are games we like to play at the end of the show. First among them are our film quotes. We're going to give you two quotes. You need to try and guess which films they're from. I'm going to defer to the dulcet tones of Terry Fear for movie quote number one.
I thank you. Movie quote number one, flat delivery. You're like Rembrandt with the hand grenade. Sorry, wait. You're like Rembrandt with a grenade. There's no hand in that quote.
Rembrandt with a grenade.
Yes.
Now, I'm just going to look one up again because it just scrolled past. It's like I don't... In the 10 seconds that it's gone, I don't trust myself to remember it. Do you have any clues? Do you have any ideas on...
I think it's from a movie.
Terry's there?
It is definitely from a movie.
It's good.
I don't think you guys will get it because I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have. It's nothing... No bells are ringing in the old Bailey brain. Here we go. No inflection whatsoever.
Okay.
What were the words overheard by the Nazi child masturbating in the bathroom?
I know this. I know this quote.
Schindler's List.
Interesting.
What were the words? Schindler's List. What were the words overheard by the Nazi child masturbating in the bathroom?
I like that. That's yeah.
Jason, I shall
know.
do the quote with the accent and inflections, and I guarantee you'll get it.
Okay.
So look forward to that.
I don't know, but we'll see.
And the other game we like to play is 6 Degrees. We're going to give you two actors. You need to try and link them via films that they've starred in. So as an example, if you wanted to connect Nicole Kidman to Samuel L. Jackson, one answer would be Nicole Kidman was in Moulin Rouge with Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor was in the Star Wars movies with Samuel L. Jackson. That would be 2 Degrees. Mr. Mira, the two actors we need to try and link tonight are
Maggie Gyllenhaal
Ooh,
and Stifler himself, Sean William Scott.
nice.
I tried to go. My thought process tonight was like, let's go with someone from like one genre and typecast of type film, and then complete opposite. See if we can. I'm sure we can do it. But we'll see.
I like it.
It'll be done. It's always doable.
It's going to scroll by in the ticker below, viewers. So if you can come up with an answer, let us know in chat. Otherwise, we'll come up with a solution ourselves at the end of the show. Before we get to the end of the show, let's get to the start of the show with our first review. It is going to be of The Fighter. We're doing things a little different. I've typed up a little script to make sure that we get the full comprehensive details here. Here we go. The Fighter is a 2010 American biographical sports drama film directed by David O. Russell, the Oscar-nominated American writer-director, best known for Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, and this film. The Fighter stars Mark Wahlberg, who also produced, Christian Bale, Amy Adams, and Melissa Leo, and it centers on the lives of professional boxer Mickey Ward, played by Wahlberg, and his older half-brother, Dickie Eklund, played by Christian Bale. Adams plays Mickey's girlfriend, Charlene Fleming, and Leo portrays Mickey and Dickie's mother, Alice Eklund Ward. The film was inspired by the 1995 documentary that features the Eklund Ward family titled High on Crack Street, Lost Lives in Lowell. The film was nominated for 7 Oscars at the 2011 Academy Awards, including Best Writing, Original Screenplay, Best Achievement in Film Editing, Best Achievement in Directing, Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role for Adams, and Best Picture. The Oscars it won included Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role for Christian Bale, and Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role for Melissa Leo. On IMDb, it has an audience rating of 7.8, not too dissimilar to its Metascore from critics at 79. And Jason Terry, take a stab at the Rotten Tomatoes for this one.
82 plus or minus 2.
I'm gonna go solid 75.
Really, that low? Best Picture nominated, gents.
I'm gonna go with a solid 84.
87 plus or minus 3.
91%.
Ah, damn.
The
critics loved it.
Right. Hell, yeah, I keep forgetting that Rotten Tomatoes is critics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this one I will, before I pass the ball to whoever wants to catch it first, I will say that I think I mentioned this a couple of times on the show. I own about 25, 30 Blu-rays. Then I qualify them, I should say, as some of my favorite films of all time. And The Fighter is one of them. I adore this film. Jason, I don't believe you'd seen it before.
I've not seen any of the films that we've seen tonight before last week.
And Terry, you had seen this one before?
Yeah, at least once.
Nice. Well, I might throw it to you first. I want to hear your thoughts after revisiting The Fighter, the 2010 film. Now more than 10 years old.
Yeah, more than a decade old. I forgot that Adams was in this. And I was like, huh. And with Christian Bale, and my mind went to, they're in like a whole bunch of movies together. And then I saw the director's name at the end and was reminded that it's the same director that they start alongside all of the movies with each other. Which I like it when directors do that, when they find like an on-screen chemistry that works and they just kind of go with it. And they're not typecast because they play drastically different characters. And I must say, she rocks her role in this film. I remember not being particularly high in this film when we first talked about it back in the Awesome Addiction days. I don't know, parts of it still irritate me, specifically the extended family for Mickey and Dickie.
Oh, yeah.
Like the sisters and their mum, like, aggravate me to tears. But I don't know, I really enjoyed watching it. I rewatched it just this evening in anticipation for the episode, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just looking through the lens of what I'd previously thought and remembering my thoughts about how, like what I experienced the first time. And I'm really glad that I did, because with fresh eyes and a more mature mind, I suppose, I really enjoyed this. The fighting in this is definitely not the front and center of the film. So in contrast to the other movie we're talking about, Warrior, this is very much about the relationships between these characters and the journey that they're on individually. I like the way that they framed. We're not worried about spoilers. It's a
decade-old movie.
Yeah. I love that the setup at the start has like, HBO's doing a documentary on Dickie's comeback, and you're like, oh, that's great, that sounds pretty cool. It's weird because he's on crack, and obviously on crack. Like, what the hell is HBO doing? But I suppose this is set in what, the 80s?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm based on the cars that I was seeing, I'm pretty sure it was the 80s, but I'm not 100% sure. There's this, anyway, I'm like, he's definitely on crack. And then the the penny drops when they're in this crack house, and she's like, what's this documentary about again? The other cracked out person, and he's like, it's about crack. and if you're not paying attention, you're like, oh, that makes so much sense after that fact. But I love that it actually is his comeback story, because he hits this rock bottom and is forced to get clean, and that's horrible. That's kind of terrifying to watch, like him going through that forced detox in essentially solitary confinement. So it really is his comeback story, because he comes out, he's clean, he tries to make amends, he successfully tries and cuts ties with like his crack house cohort. And yeah, I don't know, I think I really ended up enjoying this film a lot more, and seeing the interplay. I don't know, I love the dialogue in this film as well, just like all of the interactions between Amy Adams' character Charlene and the family. Like, he first introduces her and she's like, so which one of you is which for the nickname? And she's like, this one's that one. And she's like, yeah, but you don't call us that, that's only for family. And she's like yeah, all right. And he's like, be nice, but don't use their nicknames. And then like the mum comes in and she's like, I heard a lot about you. And she's like, I've heard a lot about you too. She's like, what that's supposed to mean? He's like, what you meant. Yeah. I'm like, yes, just like, oh, I love it.
Snapping turtles.
So great. Yeah, it really is. And then when like they rock up to her house to like intimidate her, and she just doesn't back down. Like, she's like, you say one more word to me, I'm gonna rip out that stupid looking hair. And they're like, well, geez, calm down. Like, as though they're not aggressively on her doorstep. And she's like, and then she practically, she like breaks the nose of one of the sisters. Like, I love the character of Charlene. I would love if that was actually what happened in like their courtship period. Like, you know, I just love it. But I don't know, the narcissism of the mum really gets to me. She deserves the Oscar, because I hate this lady so much. Yeah. And she just brought that character to life so well. She just like can't fathom why her family isn't on her side. Like, he gets a new manager, and the condition is like he's not allowed to have any interaction, like no crazy town, like none of this. You got to stay away from your family. They're not involved. You can't train with Dickie. It's just you, me. This guy's your manager. If you're all right with that, we're going to carry on. We're going to get you some wins, get your confidence back. And they do. They deliver on their promise, and they're just livid. The family, they're just like outraged. And one of the sisters is like, I don't know, maybe Mickey's just trying something different. Like this random voice of reason out of this hillbilly hellhole, and the mum just jumps on it and is like, who are you, like, what are you doing talking in my kitchen? Like, you owe me $200, as though that has any bearing on the argument that she had. It's like her point is no less valid because she owes you any money. Yeah. And she's like, you're in my house taking other people's side when you owe me money? Like, and it's like the cheek of you. And I'm like, you are so narcissistic. It's not even funny. And you don't like, it's just mind boggling. But I love the payoff for the film. He ends up getting what he was aiming for the whole time. He ends up on the same side with his brother, which is just fantastic. It's a really, and I like that. I love that these two films have that in common. You've got these families divided, even though one's based on a true story and one is not. I wish that they were both based on true stories, because like the emotion of both like hits hard for me, because I've got three brothers and we haven't always got along. There hasn't been like anything like what these characters have gone through, but the empathy part, like my empathy for these characters, it's very easy for me to put myself into this perspective where I don't have my brothers and they don't have like my back, like we're just estranged from one another. I can put myself in that perspective because I'm like, I have that family to and we've been close for most of our lives. So yeah, I'm glad. I was hesitant to rewatch the film because I remembered not enjoying it. And I just thought that I would go, like, when we came to the episode, I'd be like, yeah, I'll let the guys talk. I might ask a couple of questions. I don't think I've got much to offer because I've already said what I've had to say. I'm so glad that I didn't just do that and that I've watched the film, thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't recommend watching it enough. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it's on Stan at the moment.
It is.
It was on Netflix, but it's dropped off.
Was same as Warrior, but they're both on Stan.
Mr. Mira, your first time watching The Fighter. What did you think?
Watching it. Well, it's very interesting listening to Terry's perspective because you're saying the first time around you watching it, you didn't like it.
Not particularly. I couldn't get past the characters.
I think that's where you were is where I am.
Right.
Like, I don't. Yeah. I think when I watched it, like at the end of it, I was sitting there going, You know what I mean? Like
like
don't get me
screw
wrong.
those people.
Yeah. Okay. Firstly, let's start with let's do the compliment sandwich, right? So, as a film, very very well shot. The acting is well deserved for the awards, and I don't want to repeat what you said, but basically, the character play, the script, is really good. It's very solid. Christian Bale is phenomenal as always. Marky Mark, you know.
Yeah.
But
When you're alongside Bale, Adams, and
Yeah.
Leo, it's really tough to stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, look there, and the setting and the setting was really authentic. It looked like it was a really well designed, shot, directed, and produced film. I think the things that I just didn't connect with is the characters, and I just didn't really care, you know. And like when it came to I found myself thinking like when it came to the fights, there was nothing really at stake other than the fact that he's just not like he's just lost his chance to contend for the title, right? And like he gets there, but like what's the real why does he? I felt like why does he really want it? Like obviously every fighter wants to win the title, right?
Yeah.
But like there was no real driving like element there to get to it. And I know, and like you said, Shane, like the main element and focus of this film wasn't exactly the fights like it is with Warrior, but I felt like it wasn't quite hitting the mark for me. I don't know. I think
Wasn't hitting the marky mark.
Hey.
Marky Mark. I don't know. I think critically, I can see why it won all of the awards and the accolades that it did. I think it just didn't click for me, and it could be for a variety of variables. One big one is like I'm back at work now and I'm wrecked at the end of nearly every day. So yeah, I think like watching this film, I was just I don't know, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I took note from what we were talking about last time we were on the show about me picking up my phone.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
Consciously, I was like, nah. I'm just gonna phone down. So I didn't touch it.
I'm proud of
I
you.
was like, I'm at the theater. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. But it was good. It was a good viewing experience. So look, I'm happy that I've watched it. I can definitely recommend this film to other people for the solid acting and the filmmaking itself. I think it just wasn't quite wasn't quite my. It's like
not your speed.
Wasn't to your taste. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you eat Macca's and then you eat it and you're full, but then you're like, yeah, I just ate. Instead of like going to a restaurant and eating like a nice like carbonara.
I don't know what you're talking about. McDonald's is life. No, I know what you mean. I just wanted to say about the if you'll permit me to cross-examine what you've just said a little bit. To advocate for Mickey's position, why he wants it is because he's allowed himself for so long to be essentially used by his family. Like and that's why I love the confrontation near the end where he finally steps up and defends himself. He's like, why are we still talking about Dickie? Why can't this once be about me? Because it's my fight. You guys say it's me in the ring. It's me fighting. It's not you fighting. It's not you fighting. It's me fighting. And the mum keeps making it about Dickie for whatever reason, like his first child, like the older brother kind of thing. And I think it's a blend of the fact that Mark is being outshone by these other, like Mickey, the character, on screen is being outshone by these other powerhouse actors. It's difficult to, I suppose, get in his corner, if you'll permit the boxing pun, because like I don't know. I found myself in this movie rooting more for Dickie than I was for Mickey, even though he's the central character that's rising above the massive anchor that his family has been to his professional fight career. And not every fighter thinks about the title. A lot of them know and recognize that they're not at that caliber. I'm never going to be in like a contender for the title for my weight division. They're totally happy collecting a paycheck, copping a beating to do it. And they don't have the drive or ambition to go further. And I think that was definitely Mickey. I think Mickey was maybe a little naive and consistently saying, yeah, my time will come. It's like, I've just got to get a lucky break. Like, I just keep getting unlucky, never attributing the incompetence to his family for the fights that he's getting picked for him. They just keep saying, of course you'll do great. Like, look at who you got training you. This guy who knocked down Sugar Ray Leonard. It's like, that's what his whole career in boxing has been. And he finally like gets this fog lifted from his eyes and he's gunning for it because he recognizes that he does have what it takes. Like getting that confidence back with those early fights. He's like, I've really got a chance here to kind of go for it. So I understand why it doesn't seem like it, but he definitely wants it.
I think it like goes back to like at that point, like it's just like
yeah,
whinge, love. Like I come from a like Asian family of like two other brothers. Like I don't care. Man, just get over it. Fuck.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine having that many sisters, especially that really grungy one that's like, it's that fucking Charlene from the bear.
Charlene.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of her. I'm like, what do you mean get rid of her? Yeah, that MTV hoe.
Yeah.
Oh man, MTV girl.
That
So
drove
funny.
me nuts.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there going, fucking no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you exist? Why?
Yeah.
Why do you exist?
Yeah.
But you do.
Anyway, to chime in with my thoughts,
Yes.
like I mentioned, like this is one of my favorite films of all
Yeah.
time, and
I feel
I
bad poo-pooing it.
oh, dude, that's fine. I mean, you. I'm glad that you've watched it and you can recognize like the performances first and foremost. Like, I want to like firmly say like that like the three performances from Bale, Adams, and Leo in this film would rank as some of my favorite performances across cinema. Like, I think they are insanely talented in this movie, and the fact that they are all just the chemistry bouncing off one another is absolutely incredible. Like the moment where Dickie gets out of jail and he's trying to make amends. He goes to Charlene to try and get her back to try and help Mickey in his final fight.
Love that scene. Love that scene.
And he's repentful and trying to help, and she doesn't believe that that she can take him seriously. And he just like starts throwing shit as like, oh, as if you're perfect. Like, what are you doing with your life, huh? You know, you threw away your college degree. At least I'm trying to do something. And it's through that tension, that anger, that frustration that they still are able to come together and push. I love like towards the end of like these really just pleasant, nice scenes to see Charlene getting upset about something that's going on in the ring, and then Alice is there trying to explain to her, it's like, oh no, that this is what Dickie is doing with Mickey right now. That's right. Charlene's shouting out, let him sit down. And Alice is like, no, he needs to get his blood pumping. So that's why like they're bouncing in their corner. So many great little character moments. I think I feel sorry for Adams, honestly, just being nominated, but then going up against Leo that year. It's just like, man, how unlucky do you get? I think for me, like I totally see your criticism around why do we care about Mickey's pursuit to win the title, Jace? And it's kind of, that's an arc that kind of falls by the wayside. It is there, but it's not really addressed towards the end. Like he has a daughter of his own, spends half the time with his ex-wife, and he's talking about like, hey, I'm going to win these fights so I can get some more money so I can buy a bigger place so you can come over and visit more often. And he also wants to, create his own legacy. Like he's living in the shadow of his brother. Also partly he wants to, I suppose, help Lowell get its sort of luster back. Dickie was sort of like the hero of Lowell, but he threw it away when obviously he turned to drugs. So Mickey wants to step in and kind of reclaim that for his hometown. So I think there are a couple of things there, but I think for me, it's kind of that story arc is a victim of everything else happening in the film, right? Where like you are so focused on the relationships that by the time you get to the end, I think you'd be forgiven for thinking, why do I care about Mickey winning this fight? I just
care that they're happy.
Exactly. I just care for these characters so much. So when I see Dickie confronting his own lie in the ring when he's talking to his brother, saying, I wasn't good enough to beat Sugar Ray. This is your time. You take all that shit that you've copped throughout your life from me, from mum, from everyone, and you challenge it because this is yours. This is your time. Do it for yourself. Do it for me. Do it for Lowell. And go for it. So, and it's just a good underdog story as well, right? Like he's known as there's a term for like bruiser as well. Like he just takes it and then tires out his opponent.
They also called him as what was it, stepping stone?
Yeah, stepping stone. It's just like you're the fighter they put in to allow another fighter to go for the title shot sort of thing.
He's like good enough that it's a challenge for a person that's actually got potential to go further. Yeah.
And I just want to
he described himself as a bruiser.
That's right. Yeah. When he's explaining it to Charlene. So I can't speak more highly of the acting, the writing, and the chemistry, and just the relationships in this film. Like boxing just happens to be happening in a couple of scenes in the movies. Really. I love everything else about this film.
It's more like the seasoning. The backdrop or glue is the boxing. Definitely. It's much more human story than it is about the boxing, definitely. Which I like.
I suppose a link in chat. It's to the final fight scene. If you've seen the film and you know what happens, and I just want to direct your attention to that moment, or I was describing Dickie addressing his brother in the ring. It's such good writing, and every time like I get emotional and teary like towards the end, where like I feel everything that Mickey has gone through to get to this point, and he's getting his ass handed to him in the ring in the final fight, and his older brother comes along and says, I believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. Go for it. So, I really love that moment. Any final thoughts on the fighter before we wrap it up, boys?
I loved that his crackhead go-to escape move was to jump out the back window of his house into a pile of garbage. Like the 2 times his mum comes to the house, like he's like, "Oh, I'm not here." She's like, "She knows you're here." And he's like, and he runs, jumps out the window, and they know that like Mark Wahlberg's there waiting for him. It's like, how often does this happen that they know that that's where to find him? And then like later on, she's there, like. She knocks on the door and then just walks around the back of the house, and out he drops and gets into the car with her.
I love the plan he hatches when Mickey threatens to take up the offer of this other promoter who wants him to come to Vegas and train, and he'll actually get paid like weekly, monthly to train. And Dickie's like, you want to be paid monthly or weekly to train? Then I'll get the money. He's like, how are you gonna get the money? He's like, I'll get the money. And then he goes to his girlfriend and like gets her to become a prostitute, but then like pretends to be a cop to impersonates a police officer to sort of hold up the guy who's obviously servicing the services of his girlfriend to take back the money. But then the cops like find him doing that in the middle of it all. So man, brilliant.
It's convoluted in only the way that like a drug addict could come up with a crazy plan. It's like,
this is based on a true story.
Yeah, and he's trying to crack like a pyramid scheme with his girlfriend's like Vietnamese family or something.
The Cambodian family. It's like, if you give me $200, but then you go get 10 other people to give you $200. It's like, but why would we give you $200? And it's like, you think we're stupid. He's like, no, I love Cambodian people. Like, look, I have a Cambodian girlfriend. It's super funny.
Anyway, that is The Fighter. It is on Stan. Highly encourage you, check it out. If you want to watch a couple of Oscar-nominated and Oscar-winning performances, you can't go wrong with this one. Anyway, let's move on now to Movie Actor Go. It's our favorite game, gentlemen.
Let's go.
I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to go right to Terry. Forward. And I'll start with Christian Bale.
Okay, Christian Bale. He is in
where are you gonna go?
Batman Begins.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson is in let's go with The Phantom Menace.
Ooh. The Phantom Menace.
Now this is pod racing.
It's working.
It's working!
I'm gonna have to go with Natalie's Portman.
Oh. Natalie Portman is in. Oh, there's so many to choose from. Garden State.
Fuck you, Jace.
I thought you were gonna say Leon the Professional. I'm like, that's also a pretty hard one.
But then I was like, what
It's
do
a
I
pretty
go
hard
from
one.
there? No. Okay. Let's
You can say Leon the Professional. I know people in that one.
Oh, nice. That's good. The reason why I like Leon the Professional is because it gives the out of our go-to.
That's what I'm going to.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with Leon the Professional. And
Gary Oldman.
Nice. That allows me to hit you with the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
which I know has got you out before, so you should know better.
No.
because
He
Is it
he stumbled on an answer.
Cumberbatch?
It is. That's the same answer you gave
damn
last
it.
time.
Doctor Strange himself,
Benedict Cumberbund is in
but penguin himself.
Penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah, Infinity War.
Okay.
Protecting your reality, douchebag. You know that was ad-libbed?
Really?
No,
I
I
like
didn't
that.
know that.
That's a nice little tidbit. Infinity War. Let's go with Bradley's Cooper.
Oh, that's right. He's in that film. Let's go American Hustle.
Oh, yes.
Oh
David.
yes.
David O. Russell again.
Yeah.
American Hustle has a very talented Robert De Niro in one scene.
Nice. Robert De Niro is in Heat.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that. So, do I want to?
I don't know. Do you want to?
Okay. Let's go.
I can't remember any other actors besides the main two.
Yeah, there's another one.
There's a few of them.
Yeah.
I can't remember if my memory is correct.
Well, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking.
Can't remember if I remember correctly.
Is Danny Trejo in that?
I can't look it up, Terry. You have to.
I'm sure
Interesting.
he's like one of the.
You might be right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I know for sure that there's another character in that,
Oh.
or another actor in that. Let's just go with Val Kilmer.
Oh, Val Kilmer. Yeah.
He is in Heat.
Oh, what do you want? Oh,
I think I'll take Val.
okay.
I'm gonna go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Ooh.
Nice. Kiss Kiss Le Bang Bang has.
A bang, bang, a bang.
Oh,
bang,
I can't.
Bang, bang,
Can I
bang,
say
bang.
that? We haven't said Robert Downey Jr. yet, have we?
No, we have not. We've not
Robert
said
Downey
RDJ.
Jr.
Robert Downey
Robert's
Jr.
Downey
is
Jr.
in
Oh,
The
What is your
Judge.
job other than making balloon animals?
He's
I
in
like
The
it.
Judge.
The Judge. Very well done, sir. The Judge has Vera Farmiga.
Could I get a picture of her?
You sure can. I'd gladly show you a picture of Vera Farmiga. Gladly.
That movie that she's in with those other people.
It's great on the movie. I hope she's in. Is she in another movie? Is that like her titular? Not titular. Her debut and retirement film.
No. Hang on, let me try and find
She's
one
in-
that's not on set.
I can think
Give me
of.
one that's on set.
I can think of a few movies that she's in that's topical for the season.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good.
Sorry, hang on, I'm gonna have to go to Google. I went to IMDb like an idiot.
Like
so you
a rookie, or not.
Vera Farmiga, images.
Could be a Thanksgiving movie.
Let's
also
go
relatively close to that
with.
season.
I'm trying to give a. Here we go. This is
Or the C
Vera.
word.
Vera Farmiga, sir.
Oh yeah, she's I almost said Sky High. That's not it.
You're on the right track.
Flying High.
Oh, up in the air, Terry. Well done.
Up in the up in the air.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go with Anna Kendrick. Yes,
Nice.
Scott Gary Oldman has been mentioned tonight. Already.
He has.
We already
yeah.
have used Gary Oldman, Scotty. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Sorry, which Anna Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick is in Into the Woods.
Into the Woods also contains Chris Pine.
He is in the woods. Ask me what tree I have.
I was about to say, ask me what tree I have. Ask me what tree I have. No, what kind of tree
Chris
is it?
Pine.
It's a Chris Pine. Yeah, love it.
Chris Pine is in. If I say Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit.
Ooh.
Is that-
that's a Jack
It's a very
Ryan
good
movie.
movie.
That's a movie,
Very
yeah, I'm
good.
thinking, yeah, because
Yeah.
there's also the TV show.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I haven't seen this one, so it's going to be shot in the dark. When was this one released?
I don't know. It was when my brother was
2014,
dating that girl.
2015?
2014. All right, I reckon.
Something? I think. Don't quote me on that. Let me find out for
All
you.
right.
It was a bad movie. I didn't like it.
Okay,
was it
so
Jack?
it's Chris Pine.
Oh, hang on. I can't look it up.
Jason,
I
you're
can't
gonna have to look
look it up
up.
'cause
Jason,
yeah,
tell
you're gonna
me
have
the
to look
year.
it up,
That's gonna inform
Oh, okay. All
the
right,
stab in the
all
dark that I take.
right. Okay.
So maybe there was a love interest. Maybe there was like a handler.
Almost always.
I mean, if you know the Tom
Always.
Clancy,
Or maybe there was like a CIA.
if you know the Tom
director?
Clancy films,
Well, Jack Ryan is a CIA analyst.
There you go.
came out in 2014.
2004. Well done, Terry. 2014.
Can I give you a
What?
hint?
Did we
Can I
review
give you a
this?
hint?
Did we review this back in there?
I don't think so. Because I haven't
Can I give you a
seen
hint?
it.
You want to give me a hint,
Yes.
Jason?
The director is also an actor in the film.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
This is a notable
surely.
director.
He's directed a few things.
He's more notable. He
He directed a film.
Is he known more for acting than he's directing?
Yeah. Let's just say,
Woody
Let's just
Allen.
say
No, I'm
no
joking.
more. Let's just say no more.
All right. Hang on, let me think.
there's probably like 3.
This has been a
other
long first round.
notable- Yeah.
Let's just say.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to get out of here. That's fine.
3 other
Look,
notable actors in this film.
the only, for whatever reason, the only actor turned director that is coming to mind is Clint Eastwood, and I guarantee it's not him. No, I'm out.
Yeah.
The answer you would have been looking for is Kenneth Branagh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And you could have also chosen Kevin Costner and Keira Knightley.
Kevin Costner. See, I was looking like, and you see what I just say? Young
Yeah.
female handler, probably.
Yep.
CIA director.
She's a nurse.
Of course, she's a
Yeah.
nurse. They all bloody have nurses. Those movies. Jason, it's with you. Movie actor go, sir. To
It
Terry.
is with me, or let's just go with Keira Knightley.
Okay. Keira Knightley is in Domino.
Domino, good film with Mickey Rourke.
Nice. Mickey Rourke is in. Is it called The Wrestler?
Yes.
Give him an X, my lord. Thanks, Scott.
With the wrestler with Rachel Evan Wood.
Can I get a photo?
Should I?
And
Isn't
Are-
it?
are
Isn't
you
the
sure?
other? Isn't it the other way? Isn't it Evan Rachel Wood? Is that
Yeah.
another thing? You said
That's what I
Rachel
said.
Evan Wood.
Did I? Oh, I meant Evan Rachel Wood.
Evan Rachel Wood coming up.
Yeah.
So is this a dude or a lady?
This is a lady.
Lady.
With a first name Evan.
Evan
Yes.
Rachel Wood.
I can't Evan right
She was in.
Oh, hang on.
She
Just...
was in a TV show. That,
Hang on, I can't quite see her face.
It's not focusing for whatever reason. What's going on?
Yeah.
trying to find
well, like I can see a jawline. She's got a jawline. I'll say that.
she's got something, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And it's talent.
Boy, let me tell you what. I have no idea.
I think I know
I-
two films for this.
I
young
have no
lass.
recollection of this place.
Should I recant my answer and
No, that's fine.
Give it-
You can take the first round. We'll just play another game.
I'll play another round. She was in
The wrestler.
Whatever Works,
I haven't seen
which
that
is a Woody
or heard
Allen
of it.
film, 2011, I think. And she was in The Ides of March, which is definitely worth watching. George Clooney, Ryan Gosling, Paul Giamatti, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
She was also in a
Great movie.
Is that a modern day reinterpretation of the execution of, or the assassination of Caesar?
No, it's like a modern day political drama.
Oh, cool. Well, so could be, because that was politically drama.
She was also in Across the Universe.
Ooh.
And
Who's she playing across the universe?
Lucy.
Piss off.
Oops.
I love that movie.
And she's also in
am I doing?
Westworld. She debuted in a film called 13 as well.
But that's a TV show, so it doesn't get, not 13. The Westworld. Is a
Jason,
TV
you
show.
won. Kick it off, my friend. Movie actor go.
Did. Let's kick it off. Let's do it.
Which way?
I don't know.
Back to me.
Back to me.
To me.
Let's go with
Now they're
Denzel Washington.
diamonds. Denzel's Washington.
Denzel Washington. Love good Denzel. In
Adele
Washington.
Dazeem.
Tell the same.
Every time I hear that name, I think of Denzel, and then laugh.
I love that in the next year's Oscars, they were on stage together. John Travolta and Edward Norton.
Denzel, I almost said Adele's name. Denzel is in what I'm gonna say might be my favorite Denzel movie, Inside Man.
Oh,
good
movie.
film.
Good
I've
film.
watched that. I only watched that for the first time not long ago. Like it was like
Wow.
within the last 5 years, and I think
Nice.
since seeing it, I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times now. I
right
love
on.
that movie.
It's a good film.
So
It's
good.
it's gonna have to be his Clive Owens.
Good Clive.
Yeah, great Clive.
Is in The Bourne Identity.
Little Clive goes
Yes.
a long way.
Um,
It's cloves. Cloves is a spice, and it does go a long way.
I was thinking chai. I was going to say like sour cream and Clives.
Oh right,
Oh, that's
See?
good.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's fun.
Little spice.
I'm gonna go with what's going on with my camera. I feel like I'm a bit blurry. Right now. Am I blurry?
Shut up, Scotty.
Let me time him out. I can time him out if you want.
That's fine.
Yeah, time him out. No, don't do that.
You
I
said
like
Born
Scotty.
Identity, so I'm gonna say. I'm just trying to think of other actors other than Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
That's a lot of money in films.
Oh, what's his
Matt
name?
Damon.
Agamemnon from Troy. What's that bloke?
Oh, I know who. No, the king Agamemnon, the one that is like a massive prick.
Oh, what is his
Let me look it up.
name?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, he has the.
Hendrix would know if he was here.
He has like a great voice when he.
He's got a
yells.
great
Oh
voice.
yes.
He's
It's Brian Cox.
Brian Cox. Yeah, he's the sheriff in not sheriff, the captain of the highway patrol state police guys in Super Troopers.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, the state troopers.
I can't believe like
I
just
love
watching
him in that.
Is
Oh,
Brian Cox in
Bond
Identity,
series.
or was he? Actually, no. I think he was in Supremacy, not Identity.
Yeah, he's in. Actually, let me. I'm on it. I'm on
you
it.
might
Oh
be
no, no,
right.
you're right. No, he is. He's in Identity.
You said Matt Damon. So oh gosh, We Bought a Zoo.
Yes, he is.
Fuck.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
It's good. It's a good movie. As a fantastic quote out of that film, it's all about courage. It's amazing.
Oh,
Every time I think of that movie, I think of courage.
heartfelt.
Yeah.
Someone else is in that film.
Someone else is in that film,
Molly.
Jason. Yes, you're on the right track.
Yep.
There are other
Wouldn't
people
it be
in
funny
that
if there was
film.
a film that was just
It's
one dude?
It's
This
a
is my serious-
one man movie.
This isn't my serious answer, but I feel like it's a film that Andy Serkis would be in.
No, I see where you're
Not
going.
that type of zoo.
I
Not
see
that
where
type
you're
of
going.
zoo.
Oh, that
Yeah,
type of zoo.
not,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
not
okay,
the
okay.
type of zoo that the apes break out and take over the world. No.
Yeah. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's.
Okay, I'm gonna get knocked out, but for some reason my mind is saying Scarlett Johansson.
I think you might be right.
Am I right?
There's definitely a female zookeeper.
I thought it, yeah, I, thought it
I
was,
can't look it up. You're gonna have to look it up.
I thought it was
Very right.
Jessica's Chastain, but I might be wrong.
It's definitely not Jessica Chastain, but I think it's ScarJo. actually.
I'm looking at all I'm thinking about is the
Zoo?
book cover and the movie tie-in book cover.
I think she's like the love interest too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
piss off.
yeah,
Am I right?
Yes.
that's right. Because he's a widower. Sorry, widower with kids, and like she's like the love interest because he buys a zoo with the kids and. Oh wow.
Oh my god!
Ben has joined the chat and says no idea what those quotes are, guys. Ben,
I like it.
you know,
You definitely know that second quote.
Movie quote number
You
2.
know Shane's quote.
You know, Ben. You know. Anyway, I can't believe you got that, ScarJo. Well done.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah. She might have to be the new Gary Oldman.
Wow.
I will do it at the end, Ben. Yes. ScarJo.
Wow.
Let's
Yeah.
just think about her for a second. Speaking of,
Where have you? Oh, nice. Let's do. Amy Adams is in that, but so's Joaquin Phoenix.
Ben, I'm going to say that the quote that I have for tonight is probably going to be the top five movie quotes we've ever tried to guess on this show.
Okay.
I'm putting it out there.
I'm going to say
It's that good.
Joaquin's Phoenix.
Keen's Phoenix. Do documentaries count?
No.
No. They need to be a feature film.
Feature film with Jacqueline Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Jake Quellen.
Inherent Vice.
Oh, I haven't seen Inherent Vice.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Are we sure he's in there?
I'm pretty sure he's in there.
I don't know who should.
I feel like
Ben,
that's.
can you look it up?
I feel like that's a film that Chastain was in.
I don't know.
2011, 2012, around that era.
Are you thinking of the poker one where? Because she's in that
No.
one.
I'm gonna look it up because either way, I'm either right or wrong. Inherent Vice. 2014. So this could have been after her
older.
her Oscar-winning performance in
Zero Dark 30?
Zero Dark
Is
30,
that what
thank
she
you.
won? Yeah, nice.
Oh no. I
Also
think,
with Joel Edgerton, who's in.
I could have
Gloria.
said Josh Brolin or Owen Wilson or Maya Rudolph
Oh,
or Serena Scott Thomas,
but not Chastain.
or Benicio del Toro, but not
Ooh.
Jessica Chastain. I am
Alrighty,
out.
Jace, 2 for 2 on Shane.
Sorry, Shane. Sorry, Shane.
Don't be sorry. Played the game.
All right. Yeah, and this is where we are.
Ben knows it. Woohoo!
Let's go with Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. Priscilla
Never
Queen of the
Scott.
Desert.
I'll never scroll. Fuck! Why did I do that? twice?
I don't know, but I'm glad you did. Because you, that's
You know,
why.
I haven't seen Priscilla Queen of the Desert.
I've never seen it either. Holy
I have.
Shit.
Great film. Great film.
Holy shit.
Nice piece of Australian cinema.
Oh, okay, then if I say Hugo Weaving. Rachel Griffith.
You've got some big. I'm not sure she's
Yeah.
old enough.
That's what she said.
What? I don't know if
yeah.
she is.
Actually, she might have been. Oh, actually, in 1994, she would have been like a teenager.
Rachel Griffith.
How old's Rachel Griffith?
90.
I'm not seeing her here.
I have no idea.
Damn it!
Jason, sorry.
Yes.
Could have said Guy Pearce
Guy Pearce was the. Yeah, he's the other main.
or
queen.
the Prophet of Truth, Terrence Stamp.
Terrence Stamp. He's the veteran drag queen on the bus. Great film. I'm surprised you haven't seen it, Jace.
There's a
right
lot
up
of
your
films I
alley.
haven't seen.
Right up your alley.
Is it?
Oh hell yeah.
Congratulations, Terry.
Men dressing up as women? Yeah, totally.
Congrats to Terry. Takes the crown again. Like Marky
Nice.
Mark in the boxing ring. Just psh, psh,
Yeah.
1-2 punch on Jason.
Back on top,
Bravo.
boys.